800 years ago, a scholar lost everything. His best friend vanished. His world collapsed. And in that devastating moment of absolute heartbreak, Rumi discovered something that would transform our understanding of love forever. What you seek is seeking you. These words weren't poetry. They were a map. A map to a kind of love most people will never experience because they are searching in all the wrong places. You've been told love is about finding the right person, about compatibility tests and dating apps and making yourself attractive enough. Wrong, all of it. Rumi spent 30 years uncovering a truth so profound, so counterintuitive, that even today most people reject it. True love isn't something you find. It's something you become. And the secret he discovered will challenge everything you think you know about relationships, about desire, about the very nature of human connection. What Rumi found in the depths of his despair might be the most important lesson about love ever written. The wound that opens. Before Rumi became the greatest love poet in history, he was a respected religious scholar. Serious, dignified, controlled. He had all the answers. He taught thousands of students, and he had never truly loved anything in his life. Then Shams of Tabriz appeared, a wandering mystic, a wild man who asked questions that shattered Rumi's carefully constructed world. I have lived on the lip of insanity, wanting to know reasons, knocking on a door. It opens. I've been knocking from the inside. For 3 years they were inseparable. Shams showed Rumi that all his knowledge was worthless without the fire of the heart. Then one day Shams disappeared. Some say he was murdered, others say he simply vanished. It doesn't matter. What matters is what that loss did to Rumi. It broke him completely. And in that breaking, something extraordinary emerged. The wound became the door. Pain opens us. This is where true love begins. Not in finding someone, but in being cracked open. But what exactly did Rumi discover in that darkness? Love is not emotion. Here's the first secret that will challenge everything you believe. Rumi didn't see love as an emotion. He saw it as a force, like gravity, like the pull of the ocean. Love is the bridge between you and everything. Think about that. When you say you love someone, what do you actually mean? Usually you mean they make you feel good. They fill a void, they complete you. But Rumi would say that's not love. That's need dressed up in romantic clothing. Real love, the kind Rumi discovered, is the opposite of need. It's overflow. It's abundance. It's having so much that you can't help but give. A drop becomes the ocean. The ocean becomes the sun. That's the nature of true love. It transforms you into something larger than yourself. If Rumi's wisdom about love is opening something in you right now, hit like and subscribe to keep exploring these depths with me. Because what comes next changes everything about how you approach relationships. But first, we need to understand what's been blocking you. The ego's trap. Why do most relationships fail? Why does love fade? Why do people who once couldn't live without each other become strangers? Rumi had one answer: the ego. Your worst enemy. The ego is that voice in your head that says, "What about me? What am I getting? Am I being loved enough?" It keeps score. It demands proof. It turns love into a transaction. And the moment love becomes transactional, it dies. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Read that again. The barriers are inside you, not in the other person, not in the circumstances. In you. The ego builds walls to protect itself, but those same walls keep love out. Every time you've been hurt and decided to guard your heart, you weren't protecting yourself. You were imprisoning yourself. Trapped. The irony is devastating. The more you try to protect yourself from love, the more you guarantee you'll never find it. So how do you escape this trap? Death of the self. This is where Rumi's teaching becomes radical, dangerous even. He said you must die before you die, not physically, but the death of everything you think you are. Your identity must be destroyed, the person you've been performing your whole life, the masks you wear, the image you project, all of it must go. Die before you die, and find that there is no death. Most people spend their entire lives building a self, an identity, a brand. Look at me. This is who I am. This is what I've accomplished. And then they wonder why their relationships feel hollow, because you can't truly connect with another person when you're busy performing yourself. Masks block love. True intimacy requires nakedness, not physical nakedness, soul nakedness, showing someone who you really are beneath all the pretense. That's terrifying. That's why most people never do it. That's why most people never experience true love. But when you let the false self die, something miraculous happens. The beloved within. Here is the most counterintuitive secret Rumi ever revealed. The love you're searching for outside yourself is already inside you. You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. That person you're desperately trying to attract, the love you think they'll give you, you already have it. It's been there all along, buried under layers of conditioning, fear, and self-rejection. Everything in the universe is within you. Ask all from yourself. This isn't some self-help platitude. This is the core of Rumi's entire philosophy. When you look at another person and feel love, what you're actually seeing is a reflection of the love that exists within you. They are a mirror, nothing more. The problem is you've been taught to believe the source is outside, so you chase, you grasp, you try to possess, but you can't possess what you already are. When you realize this, everything about how you relate to others transforms. Becoming the flame. Rumi used one metaphor more than any other. The moth and the flame. Most people live as moths, circling the flame, desperate for its warmth, terrified to get too close. Moth or flame. But Rumi said the ultimate secret is this: stop being the moth, become the flame. Set your life on fire. Seek those who fan your flames. When you become the flame, you stop chasing. You stop begging for attention. You stop trying to convince someone to love you. Instead, you radiate. You attract. You transform everyone who comes near you. Radiate. Think about the most magnetic people you've ever met. They weren't chasing anyone's approval. They were so full of their own fire that others couldn't help but be drawn to them. This is what Rumi discovered in his devastation over shams. He became the flame he thought he had lost. But there's a crucial step most people miss: the practice of presence. Knowledge means nothing without practice. Rumi didn't just write poetry, he whirled. The famous whirling dervishes began with Rumi, spinning for hours, dissolving the ego through movement and presence. Silence is the language of God, all else is poor translation. In that spinning, in that silence, Rumi found something most people never access: pure presence. The place where love lives. Be empty of worrying. Think of who created thought. When you're truly present, something remarkable happens. The constant chatter of the ego fades. The worries about the future, the regrets about the past, all of it dissolves. And what remains is love, not as an emotion, as a state of being. 1. Stop the mental noise. 2. Feel without thinking. 3. Be here completely. 4. Let love arise naturally. This is the practice. Not finding love, but removing everything that blocks it. Not becoming worthy of love, but realizing you already are love. And when you embody this truth, love without fear. Most love is contaminated by fear. Fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough. Fear poisons everything it touches. But Rumi discovered a love beyond fear. A love that doesn't need anything from the other person. A love that gives without expecting return. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. When you love without fear, you become unstoppable. You can be vulnerable without being destroyed. You can give without being depleted. You can lose without being broken. Fearless love wins. This is what Rumi found after losing shams. The love he thought existed between them actually existed within him. Shams was just the key that unlocked it. And once unlocked, it could never be taken away. The love you seek is already who you are. But knowing this intellectually isn't enough. There's one final step that makes it real: the reunion. After years of grieving shams, something shifted in Rumi. He stopped looking for his friend outside himself. He realized shams had never left. I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself and found only God. This is the ultimate secret of true love. It was never about two becoming one. It was about realizing you were never two to begin with. The separation was an illusion. The loneliness was a dream. We are one consciousness experiencing itself through different eyes. When you truly understand this, something miraculous happens. You stop trying to complete yourself with another person. You stop demanding that they fill your emptiness. Instead, you meet them in fullness. Two flames joining, not two voids clutching. This is what true partnership looks like. Not codependence, not attachment, but two whole beings choosing to share their light. And when you love from this place, love as destiny. Rumi's final teaching is this: love isn't just something you experience. It's what you're made of. It's your origin and your destination. You are love itself. Every moment of your life, love has been calling you home. Every heartbreak was stripping away what you're not. Every loss was preparing you to receive what you truly are. The wound is the place where the light enters you. That pain you felt, it wasn't punishment, it was purification. Awakening. 800 years ago, a broken scholar discovered that the love he thought he had lost was actually the love he had finally found. Not out there somewhere. Right here, in the center of his being, waiting to be recognized. What you seek is seeking you. That's not poetry. That's physics. That's the fundamental law of the universe. Love is not something you find. Love is something you remember you already are. Rumi spent 30 years after losing Shams writing over 65,000 verses about love. Not because he was mourning, because he had finally found what he was looking for. And it was never outside himself. The secret revealed. True love isn't about finding someone who completes you. It's about becoming so complete that you have love to overflow. It's about dying to the false self and being reborn as the flame. It's about realizing that the beloved you've been searching for has been looking back at you from every mirror your entire life. If you made it this far, comment seeking found to prove you've glimpsed the secret Rumi spent a lifetime uncovering. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. That field exists. It exists within you. And now you know the way. The wisdom of 8 centuries is yours. Use it well. If Rumi's secret opened something in you, hit like and subscribe for more wisdom that transforms.